All right, thanks, Megan. Take it away.
Perfect. Thank you, Nathaniel and Hannah and Diane for taking over the last one. I am Megan with Synergy Sales representing NKBA. We also have Ashley on the call. She's my co-host here. She is with the Fixture Gallery and representing IDS and is also a student member of IDS as well. Thank you guys all for joining us. Hopefully you guys have been able to catch a few of the earlier ones today. But just refresh, NKBA is a national organization representing the kitchen and bath industry. The Puget Sound chapter has been around for a few decades now. We're excited to be joined with IDS this year in presenting you this virtual product showcase. IDS is also a national organization, the Interior Design Society, and IDS Seattle chapter is actually brand new this year. So we're very excited to have this teamed up this year for this presentation. Just a couple housekeeping items before we get into Kimberly's presentation. We cannot see you guys or hear you. You don't have a camera or a mic. You might have figured that out. But we do want to hear from you. So please make sure you utilize the chat function and the Q&A. Ashley's here to assist me on making sure you guys, all your questions get answered along the way. So please utilize that. Additionally, we're going to have an awesome raffle at the end of the presentation. It's going to be the Color Lux Essential Sample Book, so definitely want to stay around for that raffle. And when the time comes to draw that raffle, we'll spin the wheel like we just saw with Nathaniel. And then whoever wins just raises their hand for the raise hand feature just to claim that they're still around. And we'll connect you guys with Kimberly to get the raffle to you. So since it is 12:30, we're moving along quite quickly. I want to introduce our host for this 12:30 time slot. This is, we have Kimberly with Color Lux, presenting Color Lux, Window Fashion from Window Fashion's Northwest. Kimberly has over 25 years experience in the window covering industry. She's been passionate about design and window covering since her early 20s. Window Fashion's Northwest is the result of her passion and desire to provide clients with expert source for custom window covering. So Kimberly, welcome and take it away.
Thank you so much, Megan, and thank you for NKBA and IDS for allowing me to present today. I'm very excited. Just wanted to introduce a little bit about me. I've spent 25 years in this industry, and I'm very excited that technology for the window covering industry is allowing us to offer more color options and color coordination than we've ever been able to in the past. So it's very exciting, and I can't wait to talk about this product. So Color Lux is basically color without compromise. You are going to have over 800 colors, solid colors, and 3,000 patterns available in Drapery, Roller Shades, Roman Shades, and Cellular Shades. Go to the next slide. So what is Color Lux? So it's a color management platform built around 800 of the most popular paint colors. It was reviewed, and Comfortex, the company that manufactures Color Lux, hired Kate Smith, who is an internationally acclaimed color specialist, to coordinate what colors should go into the color palette. It is matched and coordinated to over 40,000 paint colors, 22 paint companies. Some of the most popular ones around here: Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, Miller Paint even, and even some of the lines held nationally like Behr and Glidden and Valspar. And the power of production on demand. This is a great opportunity for technology to allow the window covering industry to have unlimited options to coordinate. Some of the advantages are your patterns are never discontinued. You don't spend hours searching for a fabric and then find out that that's discontinued, no longer available. No mixed dye lots. The dye lot is guaranteed if you even ordered 2 years later that they would be able to match that same dye lot. No back orders, and the patterns can be turned or railroaded. Any pattern can be turned or railroaded, so that's great. It's also environmentally friendly because there's no waste from stocking fabrics that do not sell that end up eventually in the landfill. Everything is made as you order, so it's great. All of the Color Lux products are manufactured and were designed in the United States, which is great as more and more window covering companies are going overseas or outside of the United States for manufacturing. It's great to be able to represent a line that still appreciates American manufacturing. It's they use sustainable manufacturing processes. There's very little waste compared to a standard window covering being manufactured with all the waste of the cuts off the ends of the material. And also they guarantee that the color will not fade on all the roller and cellular shades. So it's a great, the material, the ink and everything sets immediately, so you don't have to worry. And so this brings me to why Color Lux is so amazing for the design industry. And I have pretty much, my business, I have centered around partnering with interior designers and builders to be their window covering expert. And, you know, window coverings are something that I believe a lot of designers and builders forget about once they, once they get to this step. And window coverings are part of the finishing touches, just like you would add accessories or pillows. Window coverings can help with create focal points and add pattern and color, and also control light, which could be very important if it's in a media room or a bedroom, or even just a, you know, just to not have to wear sunglasses while you're sitting at the dining room table. It's a great opportunity for you to make sure that the hard work that you put into your window covering or into your design is not distracted or destroyed because somebody else comes in and does window coverings that has no background. The nice thing about Color Lux is you can take, I can take a paint color and look up the coordinating or match to that paint color in the fabric shades. So if you just want the shades to disappear into the background, but you need, they're essential for light control, it's a great opportunity to be able to match that and not have something be too yellow or too blue. I don't know if you've come across that. More and more window covering companies are cutting back on their inventory. And so there's fewer and fewer colors. You might get 10 neutrals. There are at least 120 neutral colors in this color palette. And also all of the fabrics, the accenting fabrics, if you wanted to do a valance or some sort of drapery, you can coordinate or have that exact color you picked in the hard window treatment for the drapery or valance, so that, you know, everything is perfectly matched and it doesn't take hours and hours of research to do. So it's a very good time saver as well.
So Kimberly, I think you had mentioned on this slide, you know, that a lot of designers, or, you know, they kind of forget about the window treatment to the last minute. So I think this is a great opportunity to launch our poll regarding that. Sure. We wanted to ask everyone out there, let me grab the right poll question. Okay, so this is a great question for everyone that's listening. What type of window treatments did you last put in your client's home? And you can choose all that apply, so feel free to take away. So this is just a reminder to not forget about your window treatments, that they're important. So some of the options that we're seeing, roller shades, Roman shades, cellular shades, custom drapery, valance, or hopefully maybe none, I guess some applications, maybe none. So we'll give a couple more minutes to get everyone giving their opinions on what window treatments you put in last. Let's get 5 more people. We can do it. Come on, guys. I know it's lunchtime, but there we go. Couple more. Okay. Kimberly, do you have a guess what was the most common answer?
None.
Luckily, it was not none.
I thought we
got lucky there. The Roman shades and cellular shades actually tied.
Oh, wow.
For being the 2 most common. Does that surprise you, or?
You know, Roman shades are a go-to. I love Roman shades because they allow for a little bit of pattern, a little bit of color without having to add a drapery. Cellular shades obviously make sense, you know, for insulation in the Pacific Northwest. They're just easy. We tend to have a lot of large windows, so they work on very large windows. Roller shades, I'm actually surprised that that number's smaller because it seems more and more designers and the trend is towards the roller shade is the highest. It's the fastest growing category in the window covering industry. So
Interesting. Okay.
I think people just like the simplicity.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for voting. I'll let you carry on with this presentation.
And so this product line is available in several products. Again, the Roman shades, draperies, functioning draperies, side panels, valances, cornices, cellular shades, roller shades, sheer horizontal shadings. If you don't know what that is, I usually use the word silhouette. They're a product like silhouette. And then Odyssey, which is the cellular shade that actually compresses so you can see out. So it almost works like a regular blind. And every single one of these products would be available in 800 colors. And then Romans, draperies, side panels, valances, cornices, and roller shades would be available in all the solids plus 3,000 patterns. So it's quite an extensive line. And just to talk about kind of a little bit about each product individually, the roller shades are available in 5 different materials, from a linen texture, both in light filtering and room darkening, blackout, and then a solar screen, which is a semi-sheer, which can be really fun if you don't need 100% privacy, but you just need some light blockage. You would still be able to do a nice soft shade as an alternative to maybe something that was more of a vinyl material. And then these shades are can go up to 144 by 108, so that's quite a large window treatment. And then cellular shades are available in 4 different materials. The linen weave is the most popular, and all 800 colors in all materials are available in both light filtering and room darkening. So if you need to move to room darkening in part of the home, you can keep the same color consistency throughout. And then Roman shades, flat, classic, hobbled, relaxed. The nice thing about Roman shades is they're available in about 4 to 5 weeks, which is pretty phenomenal. And that's shipped and installed. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. And again, all of the Roman shades are available in all 3,000 patterns and 800 colors. And custom drapery and side panels, very great workmanship. I was a little bit hesitant when I first talked about this line, you know, how is the quality of the seaming and the hems, and I was pretty impressed. I actually did a test where a few people couldn't tell me it wasn't made at a local workroom. Very competitively priced, very simple. So if your customer says, oh, I'm not sure, but can we get a price? We can price out as long as we know if we're doing light filtering or room darkening. Some of the other decisions can be made later, and we know that that price is going to stand, which makes it really convenient for you when you're trying to work with budgets. Custom coloring is also available. So there's a percentage of the fabrics that we can custom color. We can pick from the fabric line and color this. I will go into that a little bit later. And then custom fabric designs, they are also willing to, if your customer has a wallpaper or some sort of pillow fabric or something that they want to match, we can send it to the company and they can see if they can actually replicate it. Now, keep in mind, if something's licensed or has a trademark, we're not allowed to replicate that. But they showed us in a demonstration a wallpaper that a customer wanted to match, and they were able to make this beautiful vine material roller shade to match the wallpaper. Was pretty incredible. So, and then again, also quick lead times, 4 to 6 weeks instead of 8 to 12 weeks in a standard drapery.
Yeah, Kimberly, we have a couple questions before we move on. First one, can you tell them about inside mount versus outside mount on window treatments and the rule of thumb for which you recommend or choose?
I typically put most of the, what I would consider a hard type treatment, cellular shades, roller shades, even Roman shades, I tend to put on the inside of the window opening, unless we want to. Roman shades have a very large stack. So I typically put those on I'll put those on the outside of the window opening if necessary, but most blind product I would put on the inside, and then drapery obviously on the outside of the window, and Valances as well. So.
And then we do have a few questions actually about where they can, is there a local showroom to view product, or is it, how do they see things? Is there a display somewhere? Could you touch base on that?
So I, being the distributor, I can meet you at a job site. I do not currently have a showroom at this point, but I can certainly meet up with you. There is a website which we will go over that the window covering solutions, where you can actually take a look at all of the different fabrics and look at them online. In most cases, I've met most of the people I've already started working with. I do meet with them in person, and we look at the product line, and then we can go from there. But the actual website is the best way to see the entire line and look at what's available as far as colors and styles. And we will go into the viewing that site here in a little bit. So
yeah, we'll do a kind of a walkthrough of a mock layout for the website, and it's really awesome. I was having a fun time playing around with it earlier. So
and
back to a few more questions.
Oh, sorry, real quick, just part of what, I offer with the service for my company is that, I walk you through the entire process. So I'm happy to meet with you or your client at no charge to, go over what's available. And that way, you know ahead of time what you might be looking for or wanting to order. And then we order swatching. Obviously, it's hard to sample everything at one time, but we can order swatching. And I have a pretty good library of things that are fairly popular, so that you could see it in person right away.
Awesome. Megan, I know you're looking at the questions. I did have one come through on the comments that I wasn't sure if you had, I don't think this had been answered yet, but Dawn was asking, how can you get a client to buy in to putting money into their budget for window treatments, just like lighting? She's found that this is kind of the first thing to cut out of the budget.
So I say talk about it, and talk about it early. Almost put window coverings as part of the furniture budget, or part of the complete remodel package. There are lots of the designers that I've worked with. I'll price this out to get a budget 3 months before we even do any work, and that's pretty standard anymore. But I think you need to talk about it at the very beginning stages, saying that, the window treatment is something, because here's what somebody's going to find out, and especially if it's a brand new house, that they can't get away with not having window treatments. And the nice thing about this product line, it is reasonably priced, especially for what you're getting at. It comes out less than the Hunter Douglas brand. So if a customer is more cost conscious and think it's going to be more expensive, it isn't. I think it's getting in the habit of saying that window treatments are the essential part of this design. This is, just like you wouldn't leave out a sofa. You don't want to, window treatments are something that you can't leave out. And like I said, most people, what ends up happening, and I'm finding this in the design trend, is that the customer will say, oh, I don't want to do that now, but then they'll do it a year from now, and they'll hire someone that doesn't have your talent level as far as color, and then they've put in a shade that's the wrong undertone, and it quite frankly distracts from everything else you've put together, which makes your project not look as polished to maybe a naked eye of a friend that might come over that is thinking about using you. So, it is imperative that I think it's just getting in the habit of saying that, hey, this is part of the project. Let me put that into your initial budget. And I'm happy, you could send me some quick dimensions, or I can run out and take some quick dimensions, and then I'd be happy to give you some, a pretty close ballpark so that you can keep that in the budget up front. So.
Awesome.
Perfect. So I'm going to finish. We have a few more slides that we can go through, and then we'll get to the fun part of playing around with the website. Then we'll get back to a few more questions. So keep them coming, everyone.
So just a quick thing on custom graphic roller shades. So because this is print-on-demand technology, you can take a photograph. If your customer has a priced horse and has a picture of it, not that this happens all that often, but you can take and have it downloaded and put onto a roller shade. This is great for maybe a small business that has a window in their shop and they want to be able to advertise without putting an outdoor sign. And by the way, just so you know, the shade in this window is the shade that says, it's the area that says E equals MC squared. That is actually the roller shade in that room. So it's kind of impressive what they can do. They had a big photo of the Grand Canyon on. So just about anything. Do keep in mind you have to have a release if it's somebody's artwork, and they cannot do the Seahawks, the Mariners, anything that's licensed. So
that's really cool though. Didn't know that was an option.
And then of course, just a little thing to talk about is motorization, which is becoming essential. And since we live in Tech Central, I love the simplicity motorization because it's rechargeable. A lot of these battery operated systems take 12 batteries per shade, and that's a lot of waste, first of all. And this is nice. You plug it in just like you would your cell phone to charge up your shades, and typically it lasts about a year. There is, if you plan ahead of time, especially if you're doing a remodel, there's low voltage wiring so that it can be hooked up. It says an electrician isn't needed. I recommend electrician. I let the manufacturer help me with this. At least a low voltage expert would need to be involved as well as myself. And please, if you're thinking about doing this, get me involved so that I make sure the wiring is done properly, because that is critical if they put the wiring in the wrong spot. And then just to show you the fan deck, I know this is going to be hard to see, but this is the paper fan deck for the 800 colors, so that you can see if you needed a quick outlet just to hold it up to a wall to make sure it matches. We can use this and then order a swatch later. And so this is great to perfectly harmonize if you're trying to match a piece of the granite or something like that. So, and then of course the Window Solutions design tool. So we're going to go to that so you can see what this looks like too.
Let me get there. Okay, can you see my screen, everyone? Hopefully.
I can.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you guide me through what you'd like, Kimberly.
So yeah, and then if you want to, add on the roller shade. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop you for just a second. So there's icons. You can see there's a paintbrush roller, there's the roller shade, there's a drapery in the roller shade. So when each individual spot is lit up, that will tell you what color you're doing. So if you do on the paintbrush, it will tell you you can pick a color or pick a paint manufacturer, and then it will tell you if you have a match or what the closest match is to the product. I'm just going to do a quick little demonstration. I found this is the Manchester Tan from Benjamin Moore, and then this is and I know this is going to be so hard to see, and keep in mind my colors are not right with this was the Cellular Shade match in barley to this particular color. And I know it's really hard to see because I don't have great lighting here, but so it is very, very close as I'm looking at it to the color. So let's click on Open Library at the bottom for me. At the very bottom, there's a little book. Yeah. So you would click on that and it brings up, as you can see, 3,408 options. So obviously there's many ways to make that much smaller. So you can sort by, if you see the far left column, you can see you could sort by color, you could sort by pattern, collections. Oh, and so if you open up the color and you want all the aqua teal, so now there's only 232 colors. So another way to look it up is if we already know what color, color has matched the paint, we can click on the second where it says sort patterns by color, and just type in this color for me, 819, and then hit the search. So what that has done is brought up every single material that has the color 819 in it. So if you want to do me, Megan, if you click on the heart, that will put it over in the favorite. So if you want to click on a few, we can scroll down. That one's perfect. Click on the solid, scroll down a little bit more, and just pick a few patterns. Go down a little bit more. Maybe go down. There's one that has some extra color in it. Go down a little bit more. The one that has all the blue, the green in it too, just so you can see. And then what we're gonna do is if you go to the X in the upper left-hand corner, it's gonna bring us back to our treatment. So you can see that the roller shade is clicked. Why don't you go ahead and put that solid color in the roller shade. And now click on the drapery icon.
Hold on, that wasn't quite the solid.
Oh, it's the one that should be the 3-digit number. How you know if it's a solid, it's a 3-digit number. And then click, so we're on the drapery icon, and then pick one of the, maybe something that has a little bit of pattern. So now you can see what those would look like together, coordinated. Unfortunately, I know one of the questions is going to be, can we change the drapery top? No. Unfortunately, digital is what digital is. They've tried to do a pleated drapery on the top and other styles of drapery, and the grommet is the one that digitally worked the best. So just know that, you know, it doesn't have to be a grommet top. It's just the one that happened to work the best and look the best on screen. So
Kimberly, we have a few more
questions. You can see this could be really fun. You can actually save this and email it to your client, or I could save it and email it to you if you wanted me to do some research. So there is, you could spend hours on this site, and we could have even hit on the paintbrush and painted the wall the right color. It's a really fun, interactive website to go to. The other thing I've done before too is just look up that color number if we knew what color the wall color was, and then saw every pattern that has that color in it, which is helpful if we're trying to find coordinating materials. And then go back to the library just quickly. I want to talk a little bit about.
Okay, we're running short on time. We do.
Okay, well, scroll down just one to that. If you see in the left, on the right hand side, if you see a paintbrush, the center one, boho 8005, that particular pattern could be custom colored. So anytime you saw a paintbrush, we could custom color it in any of the 800 colors. So that's a really fun option. I'm not going to get into this. If somebody wants to know more about this, or go, I will do a private session, because this can get very time consuming to go through. But I just wanted, there is about 150 colors that can automatically be custom colored at this point. So and most of them are 2 or 3 tone colors. You get into multiple tone, they don't typically work. So like I said, this is a terrific opportunity to offer a very customized product for your customer's design, and be able to know that you've picked the best color to go with the room setting you've created. So I think that pretty much.
We do have a few questions.
Sure.
I actually want to share a couple of the key ones. I know we're short on time. We still have a raffle to do. So I'm going to throw in that link as well.
Yes.
Ashley, go ahead. Ask them.
Yeah. So I think just right off the bat, if you hadn't already answered this, do you guys have local installers?
Yeah. So typically how I work is I offer an entire package, including installation. So everything is priced out as a package, but I do also know many local installers in the area. I've been in this business for over 25 years, so I work with the best, and they're all licensed, bonded, and insured for.
Awesome. Okay. And then I think let's do one other. in Solar Screen, can I order just the material without the hardware for another project?
The Solar Screen, yeah, the fabric can be ordered by the yard. That would be something. The drapery material already has pricing per yard, but for the Solar Screen, I could get a price point. Keep in mind that material is 106 inches wide, so you'd have to buy the full 106-inch width by whatever height you needed.
Okay. Do we have time for one more, Megan? Or
If you can do snappy, because we still have to draw this this raffle. I know people want the raffle.
yeah, is the system? I believe this is the online program. Is it compatible with SketchUp? Or does it integrate with SketchUp that you know of?
No, it does not. It is a proprietary through ComfortText only. So you can print those out, you can save them, you can email them, but you can't incorporate them into another design.
Awesome.
And then Ashley, while you're getting ready for the raffle quickly, I did throw in the colorluxwindowsolutions.com into the chat, so you guys do have that link. I also put in Kimberly's email as well, just Kimberly@windowfashionsnorthwest.com. So there was a lot of questions. We ran out of time because people were very intrigued to know about this product. So if you have more, please reach out to Kimberly directly and she can assist you.
Yeah, and I'd be happy to meet with anybody or go over in more details with anybody who wants additional information. I know this is a lot to pack into a small time frame.
Yes, indeed. There's a lot. Yeah, we said that many colorways. Ashley, do you have a ready for the raffle?
I do. Do they know what they're winning?
Yeah, it's the ColorLux Essential Sample Book.
Yes, perfect. So it's going to Kenzie Reynolds.
Kenzie, if you are here, will you raise your hands? We just make sure that you're here. Kenzie, anyone?
Anyone, Kenzie? If not, I've got my thumb on this trigger.
Going once, Kenzie, going twice. Kenzie Reynolds, are you here still?
Can't find your hands up. Right on the comment.
We're short on time. I'd say let's go to the next person.
Okay, sorry, Kenzie. The next one is Jay Heinzel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but.
Oh yeah, because your full name isn't listed as your panelist. Oh, she raised her hand though.
She raised her hand, good.
You are here,
type your full name into the chat box.
Perfect, we will connect you guys. If you, if we're not quite sure what your full name is, because you just put that in the chat box, we will get with that. Kimberly, thank you so much. I'm sorry we were.
Oh, you're very welcome.
On time there. Everyone was so excited about ColorLux. So we're gonna move on.